our land. JJ is a winner. Arise, for Ghana, of the drug of the land. Forward and secure future. People love our God.
وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا أنزل علينا مائدة من السماء تكون لنا عيدا لأولنا وآخرنا وآية منك وارزقنا وأنت خير الرازقين. اللهم اجعل بلدنا غانا بلدنا آمنا مطمئنا وسائر البلدان. اللهم اجعل بلدنا غانا بلدنا آمنا مطمئنا وسائر البلدان. وآمنا في أوطاننا ولا تفتنا. اللهم ارفع مقتك وغضبك عنا ولا تواخذنا بما فعل السفهاء منا. وختم لنا بحسن خاتمة الناجين والراجين الذين قيل لهم كل يا عبادي الذين اسرفوا على انفسهم لا تقنطوا من رحمة الله. اللهم ارفعنا ولا تضعنا وادفع عنا ولا تدفعنا وآتنا ولا تحرمنا. اللهم زدنا ولا تنقصنا. اللهم زدنا ولا تنقصنا وارحمنا ولا تعذبنا وفرج همومنا واكشف همومنا وانصرنا ولا تخذلنا وأكرمنا ولا تهنا واسترنا ولا تفلحنا وآثرنا ولا تسر علينا وأفضنا ولا تلينا فإنك على كل شيء قدير يا أقدر القادرين ويا أسرع الحاسبين. اللهم أنت أمرتنا بدعائك ووعدتنا بإجابتك وقد دعونا كما أمرتنا فأجبنا كما وعدتنا يا ذا الجلال والإكرام إنك لا تخلف الميعاد. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
صلوا على النبي. التكبير التكبير. Thank you so much for your discipline. Thank you so much. At the time when the chief imam was praying, I noticed all of you, those of you who raised your hands up, your heart and your eyes towards the sky, meant really, really you were part of this important part. I pray that you continue this cooperation with us so we were able to go through this program in a very orderly manner. Thank you so much. Having taken the opening prayer, my duty is to, on behalf of the eminent chief imam, welcome you. And I say on my own behalf, on behalf of the eminent national chief imam, on behalf of his staff here, we welcome you all sincerely and warmly to the residence of the eminent national chief imam. I particularly want to say we welcome His Excellency the former President John Dramani Mahama to the residence of the chief imam. We are grateful that he has found time to join us this afternoon. Similarly, we are also in a special way also welcoming Auntie Jane, affectionately as we call her, for coming behind the former president, also for her to be introduced. I have gone ahead. I know the mission will be stated, but I have already said something. We welcome you, Madam, for your time to be with the eminent national chief imam. Thank you so much. Similarly, we also want to welcome all the NDC staff and executives and those who occupied all these functional positions. We welcome you to the residence of the chief imam, and also we welcome everyone, all and sundry who is here, the women, the young people, all of you, you are welcome. Our chiefs, welcome. Thank you so much. Sheikh Umar has come also to support the eminent chief imam. We are grateful to you. You are welcome to the residence of the chief imam. Having done this, if you want us to find this place very interesting, if I say at-takbir, respond very well. At-takbir. At-takbir. Okay, now silence like good and obedient school children in quotes. So that's what we shall be doing now. Having done this, I will do a little introduction of our chiefs here for their position of respect. We want to acknowledge them. Mun ambaci wasu sarakuna da suka zo su taya mu wannan zama. Daga cikin su muna da Sarki Chief Sadiq Jimala, Acting Chairman, National Council of Zongo Chiefs, is here, and also Then we have Chief Ibrahim Bawa, Sarkim Basari of Accra, the Basari Chief. That's my chief. I'm also a Basari, so that's my chief. We have Chief Abdul Rahman Naba Saga, Sarkim Mochi Fadama. Sarkim Mochi Fadama, thank you so much. We have Chief Umar Boom, Sarkim Gurma Fadama. Jazakallah khair. We are here. We have Alhaj Suli Isa Subugo, Sarkim Mochi Abaka. MashaAllah, there you see him. He's a very known figure. A very known figure. Then we have Alhaji Rudwan Abbas, Sarkin Hausa Fadama, Sarkin Fadama. We are also with the Sarkin Samari of Fadama. He's also here. Thank you so much. I will respectfully invite my very good friend and brother. They have written Kolunyanga, but I don't like this Kolunyanga. He's called Armiao, isn't it? Yeah, so it's my namesake. So I will add Armiao Kolunyanga. Kolunyanga is the guy name. So, okay. So respectfully, we invite him now to come and tell us the mission for this gathering. At-takbir. Okay. Thanks so much.
Assalamu alaikum. Your Eminence, my grandfather, my father, my sheikh, my imam, the national chief imam of the whole country, the chief imam of Al Sunnah, Sheikh Umar Ibrahim. Your Excellency, the incoming president, Inshallah, Your Excellency John Dramani Mahama, Your Excellency, the incoming, the first Vice President of Ghana, chiefs, imams, comrades, you are welcome. The agenda for today is only one, and I think I'm too small to do that. That will be done by His Excellency himself, His Excellency Don Dramani Mahama, the incoming president. At-takbir. I thank you very much for the warmest welcome, and I'm sure 2020 is going to be our year of victory to redeem this country from the hardship, corruption, and all that I can see. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum. Jama labo de korei. Labo de korei. Say, Ejabodo, and the people say, Ejabodo. Hey! Eyezu, Eyezuzu, Eyezaza, Zizi Zaza, MFA. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Alhaji Armiao Kolinyonga, for giving us the mission. But to continue with this same aspect, we will invite Mustafa Abubakar, popularly known as Mustafa Maslok. He will come and introduce the former president and the delegation that came with him. So let's give him attention for him to do this aspect of the program. At-Takbir. At-Takbir. Very good.
Thank you, Sheikh Armiya. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونستهديه ونعوذ به من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن سيدنا حبيبنا وشفيعنا محمد عبده ورسوله وبعد. Babamu, mai girma, mai martaba, kakanmu, His Eminence the National Chief Imam, Babamu, Imam Al-Sunnah wal Jama'a, Sheikh Umar Ibrahim Imam, Saraikanmu na zango baki daya, led by our own Chief Sariki Sadiq, our Council of Elders and Advisors of the National Chief Imam. I'm here to perform a simple task by introducing the delegation of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama to our imams and chiefs gathered here. Today we have a combination of 3 people, or let me say organizations or sects. We have come to visit the National Chief Imam and also joined by the Sunnah Imam and our Council of Zongo Chiefs as well. Those who accompany His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, I'm starting from the constituency. We have our own constituency chairman in the person of Ibrahim Musa, known as Aval. At-Takbir. We also have our own brother, the parliamentary candidate for Kaikwe Central, and the next MP to be, inshallah, Abdul Rashid Isa. At-Takbir. We also have our brother, the regional Zongo Caucus coordinator for Greater Accra, Horoya Ali. At-Takbir. We have our sister, Ajia Zainab Dawood, who is the Magajia for the Zongo Caucus National. At-Takbir. We have our own women organizer for the region, Mrs. Felicia McCoy, women organizer. At-Takbir. She's accompanied by her deputies as well. We have our own vice chairman, Mr. William Venyo for Greater Accra. At-Takbir. We have our Honorable Van der Poy, who was the former deputy regional minister for Greater Accra. At-Takbir. All regional executives, if I'm not able to mention your name, I'll say all protocols observed. Forgive me. We have our own sister, Mrs. Mawina Treba, who is the spokesperson for our running mate and a member of the campaign team. At-Takbir. We have our brother, Honorable Magnaza Ture, MP for Ayawaso East. At-Takbir. We have our own brother and senior comrade, the MP for Ponkata Manso, the lion himself, Honorable Nilai Apoteago. At-Takbir. We have our own, a former Deputy Chief of Staff, a former Deputy Defense and Health Minister, now the Director of International Affairs of the party, a Deputy Campaign Manager of the party, in the person, and is also in this constituency, Honorable Alex Segwefi. At-Takbir. We also have our brother, Alhaji Sharif Nasir, who is a National Executive Member. At-Takbir. And we have our own comrade, a firebrand, and a Deputy General Secretary of the party, in the person of Honorable Peter Otukono. At-Takbir. And now we are in Greater Accra. the landlord himself, the none other than Joseph Ade Koka, the regional chairman at Takbir. We also have a former ambassador to Egypt, a former ambassador to Saudi Arabia, a national vice chairperson, hard-working comrade, senior comrade, in the person of Ambassador Said Sinari at Takbir. And we have our own veteran. I would say he's a man we all look up to, an astute politician, a former general secretary of the party, a former national vice chairman of the party, and now a member of the National Council of Elders, our brother and father Alhaji Udu Yahya at Takbir. And now, the one who is driving the ship, or assisting His Excellency to drive the ship for our campaign, I cannot mention his positions though, but then we all know he's been a former regional minister, a former regional chairman, he's been a member or campaign manager as well for Prof Mills till now. Today he's been selected as the campaign manager for the John Dramani Mahama ticket for 2020, and I know he's going to lead us for victory. Honorable Joshua Alabi at Takbir. As for my brother Alhaji Kulianga, he has already introduced himself. And now, the man of the moment, the man of the occasion, a very humble, caring, loving, and hardworking personality who has dedicated his life to serve Mother Ghana. The former president of the Republic of Ghana, the flag bearer and leader of the National Democratic Congress, and the next president to be, inshallah, 2021, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama at Takbir. Thank you very much. And so His Excellency will be making his speech, and he will be doing a very important introduction that I cannot do. And so let's all be quiet and listen to His Excellency's speech. I thank you very much.
Thank you very much. At-Takbir. 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 Assalamu alaikum, Jama'ah. My brothers and sisters, in acknowledgement of our National Chief Imam, Sheikh Dr. Nuhu Shaributu, I acknowledge the Chief Imam, National Chief Imam of the Al-Sunnah wal Jama'ah, my uncle Sheikh Umar Ibrahim. I acknowledge our delegation from the Council of Muslim Chiefs, all my brothers and sisters in Islam gathered here. Today we are here for a very simple purpose. As we all know, this year, 2020, is an election year. And as we have done since the beginning of the Fourth Republic in 1992, on December 7th, we're going to go to the polls and elect for our nation a president and members of parliament who will steer the affairs of this nation for the next 4 years. As is required by the Constitution, the flag bearer of any party or the presidential candidate must have as part of the ticket a running mate and a vice presidential candidate. Our party has gone through all the processes in preparing towards the election. And among the final acts we had to undertake was to select a running mate to partner with me for the 2020 election. We looked high and low We looked left and right. We searched. We analyzed. We investigated. We interrogated. We observed. And there were many people highly qualified to occupy this position. But we can select only one person. And after we had gone through all the analysis and the search and the observations, our focus settled on one person. And I want to say that we have two genders in the world, male and female. And this person we settled on is unique in the sense of the fact that in the history of our country, none of the two major parties has had the female gender as part of our ticket for the presidential election. But we did not choose her because she's female. We chose her because of her track record of achievement in all aspects of her career. And so today, she comes to the position not as a woman. She comes to the position because she is uniquely and well qualified to be the running mate of the NDC party. And Sheikh Nuhu Shaributu is the leader of the Muslim fraternity in this country. Sheikh Umar is the leader of Al Sunnah, a big grouping of our Muslim fraternity in this country. About barely 2 weeks ago, I introduced her formally to the Ghanaian public. And after introducing her to the Ghanaian public, it was necessary for me to bring her to our father, Dr. Sheikh Nuhu Shaributu, and formally introduce her to him. Prof. Naana Opoku-Agyemang is a well-known personality in our country, especially in the field of education. We know her achievements from when she's been a lecturer till she became the first vice chancellor of a public university in Ghana. She also served as my Minister of Education. And during the period she served as Minister of Education, we saw a quantum qualitative jump in the quality of education in our country. We are not people who use propaganda to try to win the hearts of people. We win the hearts of people by our performance. Performance in the Ministry of Education was phenomenal. I've said it and I'll say it again, that during her period as Minister of Education, Ghana saw for 4 years continuous the best West African secondary school certificate examination results in history. It is about action, not words. During her period as minister, Ghana saw the best performance in terms of core scores in the basic education certificate examination in this country. She took the Ministry of Education at a time when in our basic schools, 4 children shared one textbook By the time she left office, each child in this country had 4 textbooks to himself. Teachers didn't used to go to school. There's something we call teacher absenteeism. She worked with the teacher unions, NAT and NAGRAT. And by the time she left office, she had brought teacher absenteeism from 27% down to 7%. Somebody says he's paying her debt. He has paid her debt. I want to ask the person, how much debt is he leaving to the next Minister of Education? She pioneered the building of the community day schools. And by the time we left office, over 45 of these schools had been commissioned and had children studying in them. By the time we left, 73 were ready for teaching and learning to start. And one of the things we'll do when we come back into office, and I know inshallah we're coming back into office, is to complete the 200 community day schools that we began, so that we can bring a quick end to the double track system. We want our children to go to school at the same time and all vacate at the same time. And like I said again, if anybody comes to tell you that I said if I become president I will abolish the free SHS, that person is a liar. We will improve the free SHS and make sure that the quality of teaching and learning is made better, so that our children will not think that it's an entitlement for them to cheat in exams. If you prepare the children well, they are not going to fail because he's preventing them from cheating in exams. My brothers and sisters, there are key elements in our democracy. We started in 1992 with a new constitution. And amongst the things our people were looking up to was that our economy will grow and our people will have prosperity, and that we shall have democracy in which our rights and freedoms are protected. Unfortunately, we are seeing a retrogression over the last 4 years. Our democracy is being eroded. Radio stations are being closed. Journalists are being intimidated. Our citizens are being harassed. Our citizenship is being questioned whether we are Ghanaians or not. And when it comes to the economy, in the history of the Fourth Republic, as I speak to you today, our economy has not been in worse shape than it is today. And so when I say the economy is in ICU, it really is in ICU. And that is why I'm running up for office. We're running for office to restore our democratic rights, so that our people can speak freely and express themselves without fear that somebody will kill you. We're running for office so that we can restore our economy, prosperity, and jobs for our young people. And that is why I've come out with 2 key promises. And one I call the Big Push. The Big Push is going to finance infrastructure for development and economic prosperity with a $10 billion injection. And we're going to structure this big push, $10 billion big push, without adding it onto the public debt as the current government has done. In 3.5 years, this government has borrowed more than 140 billion Ghana cedis. All the work that I did, the hospitals, the roads, the interchanges, the electricity, the water, in the 4 years that I served as president, we borrowed 54 billion Ghana cedis. In 3.5 years, this government has borrowed more than 140 billion cedis. It would not have been a problem if we could see what they've done with the money. There is nothing to show for it. No roads, no hospital, no electricity, no water. Can you imagine what I could have done with 140 billion Ghana cedis? We need to rescue this nation. We need to rescue this nation from a government that reserves the opportunities of this nation for only a few family and friends. We need a government that will open the opportunities of this nation for all Ghanaians. We need a government that will treat all Ghanaians as equal and will not say that they are real owners of this country. All of us are owners of Ghana. We just finished a registration exercise, and I'm sure some of you would have gone through an unpleasant experience. Never in our history has your citizenship been questioned, because we have all lived together as one people. Doesn't matter whether you're Hausa or you're Fulani or you're Zabrama or you're Ashanti or you're Gunja or Dagomba or Fanti or Ewe. We all know that Ghana belongs to us and that we are citizens. For the first time in our history, there was widespread challenges of our citizenship. If your name was not a certain name familiar to certain people, then they said you are not a Ghanaian. Leadership is about inclusiveness. Leadership is about bringing people together. Leadership is about creating one people with one nation, with one destiny. I have been president before, and that is the leadership I want to bring back to Ghana. To give all Ghanaians a sense of peace and unity in our own country. And that all of us, no matter your ethnic affiliation, or your political affiliation, or your religious affiliation, it will take all of us to build this nation into the nation that we want it to be. What is the most pressing thing today to our people? In my first period as president, I concentrated on infrastructure for development. In the second period as president, inshallah, if God wills it, we're going to concentrate on creating jobs for our young people. And that is why I'm coming with the 1 million jobs plan to create jobs in every sector, in construction, in forestry, in tourism, in creative arts. Every sector we will create jobs. That will be the focus. So the work we do in every sector, if it's infrastructure, if it's in the tourism sector, if it's in the gold mining sector, the focus will be to create jobs for our young people. And so, my brothers and sisters, I need somebody who will partner with me to be able to deliver on the manifesto and the promises that we will make to the Ghanaian people. And I couldn't settle on a better person than the lady, dignified, distinguished scholar, God-fearing woman that I have here with me today, whom I have brought to introduce to our Chief Imam, Dr. Shaributu, to our National Imam, Sheikh Umar Ibrahim, and to our Council of Muslim Chiefs, to introduce my running mate and the person who will be my vice presidential candidate. And by the grace of God, inshallah, 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 the next vice president of the Republic of Ghana. And she is in the person of Professor Naana Jane Opoku-Agyemang. Before I bring her to the microphone, please sit down. Before I bring her to the microphone, I will say a bit in Hausa. Iyaye na maza da mata, dan waye na ge da kuduka. Idan kun gan mu nan yau, mun zo gaisuwa ne. Kowa ya sani babanmu Sheikh Nuhu Shaributu, Ali bashi rin dogo, Ali kara mashi lafiya. Idan kun gan mu nan yau, mun san da kowane sakara fudu muna yi zabe-zabe. Yanda ana nuna ya yi kama da za a yi zabe-zabe wanda aka cire kamar ya zama presidential candidate, ya yi kama da neme mabiyan shi ya kara kansa. Don shi NDC party mun duba bisa mun duba kasa, mun duba ko'ina, mun duba hannun hagu, mun duba hannun dama, wanda mun cire ta zo ta zama mabiye na muje cikin zabi-zabin ga shine Prof. Naana Jane Opoku-Agyemang. Yanda na nuna ba saboda ta zama mace kade ni mun doke ta, ita mai ilimi ne, ta yi aiki sosai a Ghana ga. Idan ka duba universities da ke Ghana ga, ita ne mace da ta zo ta zama vice chancellor University Ghana. Kuwa yanda na faɗi lokacin da ta zama Minister of Education, aikinta kowa ya gani aikin da ta yi. Lokacin da ta zama minista, wannan lokacin ne yaranmu exam da aka rubuta West African Secondary School exam suka pass sun fi kowane lokacin Ghana ga. Don ci ita ba wai mun zabe ta saboda ta zama mace ba, mun zabe ta saboda tana da wannan ilimi da abinda muke bida ta zo ta yi mabiyena. Don shi mu da ita za mu aiki. Kowa ya sani Sheikh Nuhu Shaributu ya zama babana, Sheikh Umar kuma babana ne. Don shi bai yi wa mu zabe mabiyena ban kawo ta na zo na gwada da su ba. In sa ta hannunsu, na san dai tun da ana yi muna addu'a. Don shi yau kun gani na kawo ta ni in sa hannun babana, yi muna addu'a. Na san shi kuwa addu'an shi Allah na karban. Don shi ba da bata lokaci ba, zan cira wuta ita kuma ta zo ta yi muna fira kadan. Don shi ga vice presidential candidate namu Professor Naana Jane Opoku-Agyemang. Nagode, Ale Karba, Ale Bamusa.
Yo, thank you very much. I wish to acknowledge our Chief Imam. I want to continue by acknowledging all the Imams, eminent ones, who have assembled here this afternoon. I want to acknowledge the party hierarchy, our PCs, aspirant PCs. I want to acknowledge everybody who is here, and a special acknowledgement to our women. Thank you very, very much, all of you, for being here. My task, I think, is simple because my boss has spoken and has explained why we are here. I want to thank all of you. I know everyone has something else they would have wished to do. And I wish I could continue in Hausa. So it is something you have to teach me, and I'm willing to learn. At least I can begin by saying, Assalamu alaikum. Baraka. And as we go on, let me also acknowledge our party and say, Eyezu. Eyeza. Have we thought what it means? You see? It means this is our time. It means our time has come. It means we must work hard for our country. And in everything we do, we should remember our children. We should put them first. The beauty of the NDC is that it works in the interest of our vulnerable. And that is what we should continue to champion. My boss has talked about many things, but what he hasn't told you is his courage. A very courageous man who is not afraid to make history, and not for the sake of his own or for the sake of his running mate, but for the sake of the country. The time is now to make a difference. The time is now to have a simple exercise called registration where nobody dies. The time is now for us to know that we are one people. The time has not come for us to think that the sound of a person's name is a better determinant than even a birth certificate. Let us work for the unity of this country. We have too many problems to engage in these activities that are not helpful. Of course, education is important. He's told you our record, and we intend to improve it. We intend to prove our achievements in the other sectors too. But we know that when we talk about the economy, it is not so much about the figures, although they are very important. It is about the quality of human development. It's about investing in people. It's about investing in people who have confidence in themselves, who know that they can change their circumstances, who don't wait for others to tell them what they can do or what they cannot do. So that is what our focus will be. Our strong focus is on our youth. We have many of our children who qualify to go to law school. Recently, what is happening to them? They had to demonstrate in the streets for hot water to be poured on them. And what is the crime? Because they want to learn. How did we get into this level? We have many of our children who can learn to become doctors. Can we say as a country that we have too many doctors? Don't we see people get to the hospital at 4 a.m. and sleep on the floor waiting for the nurses to come? So why do we not open the space to train more doctors or more of all our professions, including qualified teachers? So, my friends, Imam, Eminence, my flag bearer, who will soon stop being a flag bearer because he will be the president of this country. He has a record to stand on. We want others to come with their records too. It's not about living cost or so. Tell us the state of the secondary schools now. Since when did we have in this country, children normally come from exam and say, yeah, it was a hard paper. But when? What was the last time ever that we saw so many children in so many schools misbehaving because the paper was hard? So what is going wrong? That is a record we need them to come and defend. And my sisters, especially, my daughters too, forgive me. Please, we have work to do. I am not here for myself. I am here to link up with you. We are the ones who hold the home. When our men are also engaged in the things that will bring income for us to hold the home properly. So we are here to link with our men. We haven't gotten to the level where it's the women or the men. It's all of us. We must all team together. We must all build a strong country, a country we are happy to return to no matter where we go. So I want to thank you for your time. I want to tell you that whatever our flag bearer is saying is something we have thought through, and it will happen. He's not just going to say, he's not going to make promises that he knows that he has no plans of keeping. He will make the effort, and inshallah, we shall be successful. Thank you all very much. And as we go forward, okay. Yo, Matt, what's more to make a fancy kakra? And I'm in country. Yo, any anum, near mechanic to I be say. Edru yeso. Ne edru yeso or crime benso. And yes, Edru yeso say yebeji too many ideas in Crawford. And yes, Edru yeso say about me my hoso. Nearby your no ma. yen nyina yenim se de ma me no matete ye be kasa ehonte se kasa ehonte na ebu man anka sabe ekure nka ye ni problem emwo yen na se ye kasa sa ye ma ye hu se ye ma no mu tie ye na so no koya so den a enan be ne be gina so ne aka kire ba sa me ba wan kasa yi eso no wa te se de aye kanu mpo enye ya ntete yensa moma yen kosa de tete ya ye di nokra ye adwumaden ye bu mpanimfo yen san fa enomra na efa da me ne wo soso yen ne ye be set example ntenye ni nyina ne mofra no yen so ye ka ho obi betimi ajeje usa na stadium mpanimfo ka kire ye no wo dware na obi abafa wontoma na opi asesi ahwan ne bodamfo enti abotre ne ebe hia ye be sre mpanimfo imam nom Momon paya mayen. Momon paya mayen. Pa ni enya abotre. Momon paya mayen ni enya nyansa a ye di bumra. Momon paya mayen ni enya nyansa ye hu se. Se de wotena baby na wunya tumi a. Sa tumi no nya wo nko a na wodia. Enye se nyame pe wo nko a wasam dodo nti na odi ama wo. Odi ama wo se odi fa wo so ma anso de oni tumi ne so. Enti ebobo mpa yenje sa honhom no na yenhu se edwuma na ye no ye se ebeso nyame ani enti me nuanom ma kakra meka no na ye koye num ne a kire se ye ma Ghana ha se wonya kwan na sabe utu kwan kohwehwe ebinum de kakra na hu sa ye ma no mo ya de pa enti ya na ekwan na ye nta muebue ma wo enti se de me penin kan ye no na enya kwa say ye ma polytechnics no eye technical universities na den na no imam no mesra mo manimu a ye mre ye say ye ma no ye de tete o mo adwuma ne so obi afidi a waye no na akoye ne ye na mre be ne so ye be ye de why na say ye de ye ntimi nye esesa adwene no nyina asesa esesa ye hu say ye timi ye betimi ama ye man no akwa enim ewo kwan a eho beba mfaso ama yen ebi aba mfaso ama echirima na ne nyina ejina adwensakra so obia fa no toma mebo ye de ano wo bia wogidi se Ghana ye betimi akoye nim ye se bra ye de agi obia ye yiyim obia mra ye timi register enim bia ye card no to ye mompaye na se eye nyame pe na December 7th to ya Eriemu ensuomu ye mo bia nsisi yen ye be kwa kwato aba no ne ato aba ne ye na ye de nsisaya ebe boa oman na ba ye ma medada mo meka kansam sembia ehun ni mfaso ebi se ye bu man no oman ne na atete am ye bedu sisemre nti kakra ye nso de ba mama no oman no esese ehote esese ye nokre esese ye dwumaden esese ye obuo na ye kasa ehun so te medam ase bebi
التكبير التكبير التكبير. All right, I think there is an item of that has been brought into the program, a very token presentation, I suppose, is going to be made to Professor Naana Jane Opoku-Agyemang, the running mate for the former President John Dramani Mahama. And we do not know who is making the presentation, which group, and who is making the presentation. I'm told this from Okaikoi Central Women's Wing.
our strength in unity. From billion to billion, the NDC shall lead. Stable Democrat, Naana, our strength in unity. Victory! Victory is our land. Victory is our land.
He spoke Hausa and I gave him 80%. It appears I can now go forward. I think I can give you 90%. After Professor Naana, I would have wished to listen to that impeccable Fanti. I have worked in Commander Akidichi before, so I speak a little bit of Fanti. So as you are coming, I was waiting with all excitement. But all the same, you spoke like a mother. And I think that tone of a mother is so significant for many of those who have listened to us. And thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. We will quickly move ahead. We have some little bit of the program to do. We'll take a brief remark. Magana dang guntu daga urin sarakuna. You know, when the former president was talking, he acknowledged our imams and our chiefs, and they occupy a very important position in our social formation. So therefore, we will invite the acting chairman of the National Council of Zongo Chiefs, in the person of Sarki Sadiq Jimala, to represent the chiefs and to make very brief remarks. So, Sarki Fadal. At-Takbir. At-Takbir. MashaAllah. Fadal.
Your Eminence, our father, our grandfather, our star, our light, the National Chief Imam, Ali, Imam of Ali Sunnah wa Jama'ah, our dear brother, Your Excellency, former President John Dramani Mahama, which at the moment they are saying Sankofa, but I don't want to go there. Our running mate, Naana Opoku-Agyemang. All the former friends, I think all the people over here are our friends, being the council of Zongo Chief during the period of former President John Dramani Mahama. I greet you, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. I hope if you could hear from the MC, he said he give us a short time to give a short brief on the occasion. In this case, we don't say much, but we know we have a long list. Normally, our people used to tell, if any aspirants come to you, ask him this, ask him that, do a promise agreement with the fellow. So we have a long list to ask questions, but our former President John Dramani Mahama is not the type to ask questions, because we work with him, we know him very well. In fact, everybody speak a short English and try to speak Hausa language because we are in Zongo and we are Chief Imam's place. So I also have to take this chance to speak the Hausa language, which will be more comfortable to all of us here. Assalamu alaikum yamwana musulmai. Ina tama wannan zama mu duka mun ga amfanin zaman, dalilin zaman. To an zo a gwada muna fama shugaban kaza ya zo ya gwada muna wanda za ta taimaka mai. To ina tama mun samu ya gwada muna ita na mace ne. To babu da wani magana da yawa da za mu yi sai dai mu roki malam ya yi musu addu'a Allah ya taimaka Allah ya sa mu dace mu duka. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
At-takbir. At-takbir. In fact, I never knew Sarki can speak these slangs. Now I know. Very good English. We are cruising closely to the end of our program. One of the very important or high points is a piece of advice and a prayer by the eminent National Chief Imam. At this point, for the reverence and the respect we'd have for him, I'm very emotional about this. Please, I want here to be dead silent. I request this one respectfully. I want this place to be dead silent for the reverence and the respect we offer to the eminent National Chief Imam anytime he prays or anytime he gives an advice. Narokone, muileda biga National Chief Imam, baba mukenen shehu mukenen, masa biyayya nzai magana kowa ya kawaici. Ya yi addu'a idan kana da wani abin nufi cikin zuciyanka, karka yanke alaka tsakaninka da shi lokacin da yake addu'a. Idan ka yi wasa wani abu ya wuce ka. Saboda haka nan kowa ya maido da hankalinsa, mu ji nasihan da zai ba mu kuma ya ƙara muna da addu'a. We'll go to the eminent National Chief Imam. We are profoundly grateful to the Almighty Allah for this gathering. I can see that this gathering has not left anyone out. There is no distinction between the Gomba, Mamprusi, Hausa, Wangara, English, and so on. No distinction. Why are we saying so? It is God, Allah, who has told us or taught us that. In the Holy Quran, Allah talks to all members of the human community. In that invitation, He gathered every person, every member of the human community. The Dagomba, the Fulani, the Mamprusi, the Ewe, the Fanti, the Asante, the Akan, whatever, all of them. Allah says that I created you from two human progenitors, and that is Adam and Eve. In this particular invitation, there is no place for any particular tribe. No particular tribe is mentioned here. Any kind of tribe or family pride that you have all been taken out of the equation. Then all of us trace our origin to two common human progenitors. Allah says that's why I formed you into races and tribes. For what reason? Is it for us to be in perpetual conflict or war? It's not the case. Allah has explicitly explained why He created this diversity. No. He says, so that you will recognize yourselves even in the light of your diversity. Not because you fight because of your differences. He said, if we can reflect deeply on this particular text of the Holy Quran, then the world must be in harmony. Then Allah says that the most honorable amongst you, among all humanity, is the one who is most God-fearing. So therefore, it is incumbent on us to all reflect deeply on this particular text of the Quran. Election is approaching. Whatever you can do to contribute to a very peaceful election, I encourage you to do, so that we will live in peace. Our nation, Ghana, God has done an abundant grace to us. Grace and favors that He has not afforded to other nations. Just like Allah spoke to the people of Mecca of old. Then Allah spoke to them saying, be thankful and grateful to me. You are living in peace. You are living in peace and security. No. 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 So you people of Mecca, can't you see, have you forgotten that I have done abundant grace to you, that you are living in peace? At a time when nations around you, cities around you were caught up in perpetual conflict, killing themselves and yanking themselves, and then they were plundering people. The people of Mecca, don't you see, can't you be grateful to me for my grace to you? This particular text applies to the people of Ghana. So therefore, Allah then speaks to us directly as Ghanaians, that I have give you a country that is characterized by peace and security and harmony. You are living in peace. People of different religions are living in peace and harmony. Christians and non-Christians, we are living in peace and harmony. There is no war between us. We are able to sit around the same table, just like as if Allah is indicating to us that He has favored us with great grace. Around nations surrounding the country in the sub-region are having political turmoils and conflicts. We are in peace and harmony. This kind of grace, let us not destroy it. Let us not destroy it. May Allah increase His favors. Let us not allow politics to destroy God's favors, so that it will break our relationships. We should not allow that to happen. This grace, this favors from Allah, we should protect it and preserve it. Be thankful. Let's be thankful to God. Then Allah will increase us in the favors of peace and harmony. Because indeed He has promised that if He does grace to you and you are grateful, He will increase you in the favors. But if He does grace to you and then you have not seen increase in that favors, then go back and increase the thankfulness. Then change the thankfulness. Then you will see the result of in abundance. Ghanaians, may Allah increase our grace and favors. May Allah allow us to be able to do the elections in peace. Whatever will bring us misfortune, mishap, anything evil, may Allah ward it off. Ameen.
وقد دعوناك كما أمرتنا فأجبنا كما وعدتنا يا ذا الجلال والإكرام إنك لا تخلف الميعاد اللهم اجعل بلدنا غانا بلدنا آمنا مطمئنا وسائر البلدان وآمنا في أوطاننا ولا تفتنا اللهم ارفع مقتك وغلبك عنا ولا تؤاخذنا بما فعل السفهاء منا ولا تؤاخذنا بما فعل السفهاء منا اللهم انصرنا ولا تعذلنا وأكرمنا ولا تهنا واسترنا ولا تبلعنا وآثرنا ولا تهزأ علينا واحفظنا ولا تلجينا فإنك على كل شيء قدير يا أقدر القادرين ويا أسرع الحاسبين اللهم أنت أمرتنا بدعائك ووعدتنا بإجابتك وقد دعوناك كما أمرتنا فأجبنا كما وعدتنا يا ذا الجلال والإكرام إنك لا تخلف الميعاد اللهم ما قدرت لنا من خير وشرعنا في بتوفيقك وتيسيرك فتمموا لنا بأحسن الوجوه كلها وأسبابها وأصفاها فإنك على ما تشاء قدير نعم المولى ونعم النصير وما قدرت لنا من شر وتحذرنا منه فاضرب عنا يا قيوم يا من قامت السماوات والأرضون بأمره يا من يمسك السماء أن تقع إلا بإذنه يا من أمره إذا أراد شيئا أن يقول له كن فيكون سبحان ربك رب العزة عما والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله.
ما شاء الله. التكبير. التكبير. But at the last point, when the chief imam closed the prayer, I didn't hear your amin very well. Can you say it again? MashaAllah. Now silence small. Silence small. We will take the vote of thanks. And after that, we will also take the closing prayer. We are here with the eminent Imam of Ahlus Sunnah wal Jama'ah, Sheikh Umar. He is very supportive of the eminent National Chief Imam. And they work together as an elder brother and a younger brother. And so he also has a role to play. And this is a very good old friend. I cannot say this is the last time I saw him, but at least, thankfully today, I have seen him. Alhaji Hudiyaya, come and thanks us. At-Takbir.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. We are very happy today. This was meant to be a very simple gathering. But inshallah, look at the rahmah Allah has shown on us. It has turned into a big occasion. We thank Allah. So all Muslims, let's recite the Darood for the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Sallu ala Nabi al-Karim. Amen. I'm asked to say a big thank you to our grandfather, our father, our uncle, our teacher, our imam, our leader, Dr. Nuhu Sharabutu, the National Chief Imam, for making this time available, because around this time he should have been leading the Asr prayer. He has made the time for us. That shows how much he considers the visit of our flag bearer and his running mate very important. So, National Chief Imam, we say thank you very much. Mungu de Kware Baba, Mungu de Kware. As we have also been told, he is ably supported by our father, our uncle, our teacher, our leader, our Imam, Sheikh Umar, National Chief Imam of the Ahlus Sunnah wal Jama'at, within the Muslim community in Ghana. Imam Mungu de Korai, Ale Karba. Our Muslim chiefs. In fact, normally the protocol that our flag bearer does is he normally will go to each one of them. He will come to National Chief Imam, he will go to Sheikh Umar, he will go to the Muslim chiefs. But today, because of the lack of time, they've all agreed to come here for us to meet here. So we'd like to say thank you very much, our distinguished chiefs. Thank you very much, Chief. Our Zongo caucus, men and women, I'd like to say a big thank you. In spite of the shortness of the notice was a very short notice, you are here in your numbers to support our flag bearer and his running mates, and of course to be here as children and grandchildren of the National Chief Imam. I'd like to say thank you. And my colleagues too, I'd like to say a big thank you for being here to support our flag bearer and his running mates. But when our flag bearer was introducing our running mate, he said she is the first vice chancellor to head a public university in this country. Not only that, she is the first woman vice chancellor of University of Cape Coast, where I attended university. She is also the first product of University of Cape Coast to head University of Cape Coast. So she has 3 firsts. I want to add this to what our flag bearer said, that is why our opponents are still burning the candle day in, day out to find out something about her they can't find. I want to plead with National Chief Imam and then our Imam Sheikh Umar and our chiefs. Please, National Chief Imam has told us. He has prayed very much for Ghana. I was listening. Whenever he's reciting that prayer, he recites it about 3 times. Where he's praying for Ghana, Ghana should help, Allah should help the land of Ghana. Please, we will all do our bit and move. No one can do it all. So we should not allow anybody, because of just 4 years, to bring the country back. You are our leaders. You are our chiefs. Please, this election must be peaceful. If you find any of us overstepping our bounds, don't fear anybody. Come out and draw our attention and speak to us. You are the leaders. You were here before the white man brought his government. This is what I want to plead with you. The election must be peaceful. It must be peaceful. And please, when we are going to the elections, come out and let us all agree on what should be done and what should not be done, how we will police the elections. No violence. This is what I want to plead with you after this vote of thanks. So I say thank you to you all. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much, Alhaji Hudu Yaya, for this vote of thanks. And the last bit of advice for me is very critical, and it resonates perfectly with the Chief Imam's advice. And the attention you give to our chiefs is very important, and I think that they will take that one up. Thank you so much. We'll take the final prayer from Sheikh Umar. By my conviction, I believe in prayers. I'm the type who believes in prayers. And so in moments of prayers, I don't joke. So do I want you to bring your mind and heart, as the Imam of the Ahlul Sunnah also gives us the closing prayer. Probably this is your moment of something good in your life, because God's name that will be mentioned. I want you to be silent. Thank you so much. I love your understanding. Thank you. So, Sheikh, zaka muna addu'a mu kulle wannan zama. Kana son ka zamna ayi yanzu.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Bayan mun gode ma Allah muka yi ba Annabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wa sallam. Babu shakka Allah ya san da wangara na za mu haɗu nan kofan gidan shugabanmu, limaminmu, wanda yake Allah ya ɗaukaka shi kuma ya tara al'umma ya yi abin da ake so a yi. Mun gode ma Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yau shugaban ƙasa na da John Muhammad ya kawo muna wadda za ta taimake shi in Allah ya yarda ya zama ya dawo. Shi ne na yi an ce wai san kofa ko? To Allah ya sa. Allah ya sa. A kan haka nan tun da ya kawo uwarmu shi uba ne, uba kuma ba yiwuwa ya zama uba sai ya kawo uwa. Ya kawo mana uwa Adam da Naana Hawwa. To babu shakka Adam da Naana Hawwa mu ne ‘ya'yansu. Abin da ya sa ya kawo ta, tare ni yara, ta ba da ilimi. Abin da muke nema kenan kurum ilimi. Ta yi ƙoƙari kowa ya gani. Shi yasa yanzu abin da shaura in Allah ya yarda aka dawo muna da Naana Hawwa, yaranmu za su yi karatu from A to Z. Akan haka nan za mu yi addu'a Allah ya karɓar muna. Allahumma salli wa sallim ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad kama sallaita wa rahimta wa barakta ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim fil alamin innaka Hamidul Majid. Rabbana hab lana min azwajina wa dhurriyyatina qurrata a'yun waj'alna lil muttaqina imaman. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. آمين. سبحانك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
At-Takbir. Please don't move. I like your understanding. Please don't move. His Excellency the former President, I'm told, will take leave of us, but his running mate, Professor Naana, will enter into the house of the Chief Imam and meet and interact with the Chief Imam's wives. And that is exactly what we shall be doing now. So please, let's create order. If His Excellency is moving away, he needs to find a very sound route. You can be waving him as he walks along towards his vehicle. And then Professor...
Of the land, power and secure future, development, our goal, of peace.